What up, crew? Welcome back on the channel. So you're wondering why you're stuck with your paradiddles and can't get them fast enough, right? Well, it's a problem that a lot of people have, and a lot of my students ask me how they can improve that. So let's see how I can help you with that. First of all, we'll be playing the paradiddle as shown in the Percussive Arts Society rudimental chart. So we'll have an accent on every downbeat of the paradiddle. Now, if we're playing a paradiddle like that, we can separate it into three different phases. First, a downbeat with the right hand, then an upstroke with our left hand, and then a double stroke with the right hand. And then, of course, we're going to move the entire thing on the opposite side, so our left hand. Now, just by seeing things that way, we can already notice that we have three very separate movements, or three different technical aspects that we have to master: the downstrokes, the upstrokes, and the doubles. If we lack any of those three technical aspects, we're going to end up with a paradiddle that will not be able to get really fast. Obviously, out of those three aspects, the one that generally tends to be the weakest one is the doubles. When that happens, is because people are playing doubles with their wrists instead of their fingers. Guys, no matter how hard you try, if you keep playing your paradiddles like that, you will not be able to break through that BPM plateau that keeps you from being able to play the paradiddles fast. Playing paradiddles with your wrists kind of gives you control over a certain speed, but at some point you have to open the hands and start using the fingers as well. But don't forget, as I previously mentioned, we also have to take care of those downs and ups that kind of stick around the diddles. Again, in most cases, they are fine, at least compared to the diddles. But let me give you a little test that you can do with your hands. The idea is very simple. Try to play the exact same pattern as the paradiddle, but without the last note of every paradiddle. This way, you'll end up with a 3-note pattern instead of a 4-note pattern. And by completely taking away the doubles from the equation, you'll end up with a pattern that really focuses on downs and ups. This is how the exercise should look like. Give it a try. It sounds simple, but it's not easy. All right, to finish up the video, I want to focus on something that I feel is extremely important about what we just saw. When we talk about a paradiddle, we talk about a rudiment, right? Yes, that is true by definition, since we can take the paradiddle and go completely nuts with permutations, orchestrations, accent patterns, and whatever you can pretty much think of. But I think the obvious truth kind of shows itself right away, which is the fact that the paradiddle is not something as rudimental as we generally think. In my opinion, those three movements, the downstrokes, the upstroke, and the doubles, are three different rudiments by themselves. And in my opinion, those three movements that we just saw, the downstroke, the upstroke, and the doubles, are three very different rudiments by themselves, or at least three rudimental techniques. And those techniques, when put together, create more complex patterns as the paradiddle itself. Obviously, we have full strokes and tap strokes and other things, but the point is that all these elements are smaller portions of what we generally consider a rudiment. So my suggestion for you today is, whenever you're approaching a new rudiment or you're wondering why you cannot play a pattern fast enough, first ask yourself, do I have all the technical tools that are required to play this pattern the way it's supposed to? And then, if you're able, try to break down that rudiment or that pattern into smaller rudimental chunks so that you can practice those things more effectively. That whole thing should make the trick. All right, people, as always, I hope you get something out of this. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.